built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. As y'all know, we've been talking about a lot of the NFL. Super Bowl happened last week, you know, and Sam Darnold is now a Super Bowl champion. So we're going to transition, and we're going to talk a lot more NBA. And it's a lot of stuff going on in the NBA. All right, looked like Isaiah Stewart punched Carr right after the stream. But we got a great show here today, y'all. We got three of my bros, two now. You know, and you can see in the middle, we got Missy Get Done Sometime, Wizards fan. We got to talk about tanking today. And a lot of people are mad at the Wizards right now, out of nowhere. So we got Missy Get Done Sometime, co-host of In the Red Corner. He's going to give y'all his take on tanking. And then beside him, we got Carl, CTC, Carl Talking College, a Pistons fan. They got into a brawl. We got to hear what Carl got to say about that because they get the right amount of suspicions right. And then on my far left, but your far right, we got my bro, MVP, two-time MVP. I'm going to call him, who's two-time MVP? I'm going to call him Hakeem Lamar Jackson. Two-time MVP, Jimbo.
Who said Lamar?
Huh? Who two-time MVP?
Should be three, but Lamar Jackson.
We talking about NBA right now, Carl. I'm sorry.
Steph Curry.
Two-time MVP. Something like Steph Curry. You got my boy J-Mo, 76ers fan. We got a question about the East. What team is who's the team to beat in the East? We got three teams up here in the East right now. But I'm doing great. I know y'all gonna ask. You ain't gotta ask me. I'm doing awesome. But how y'all fellas doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You know, I'm really trying to figure out why the NBA is upset when they set the narrative for teams that want to tank. But tanking don't mean you won't get the number one seed. We'll talk about it more later. But I'm feeling good. Can't wait to see what Carl got to say about that brawl. And I also can't wait to see what J-Mo got to say about these playoff standards. You know, East, West, who's going to be the best. I don't understand what's going on, but we're going to see. How y'all?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Hit the All-Star break, 5.5 games in front of first place. I mean, in first place by 5.5 games. Feeling good, man. Shout out my boy B-Ball Paul, stepping up last night, 22 points, you know, in the absence of two bigs because of said brawl. And, you know, Michigan State got a big game tomorrow night at the Kohl Center against Wisconsin. But let's go ahead and talk about this NBA.
Yes, sir. You know, I'm doing wonderful. Blessed to be here, talk some sports. You know what I mean? And don't clown us for tanking, man. Shout out to Javante.
And Tom, I know you said, I'm not sure it was a typo what you said. You said that just because you tank, you're gonna be number one seed. I'm not sure you meant number one draft pick, but because you tank, you can be number one seed. Shout out to the Pistons. That's all I gotta say. Maybe it
no, don't shout us out. We got it once.
Good cleanup.
It's been way more than once. Don't shout us out.
It was a good cleanup there.
Shout out the Mavericks. That's what need to shout out.
They don't even tank. They just trade their best player.
And shout out to Carol. He said we take the right way. At least be competitive and just lose at the end. He right though. They make it a show at least. All right. But some people beat the best team in the East and lose to the worst team in the East. But anyways, let's go to the show. We got a great show for y'all today. But before we get to that, my boy Dave is not here. But y'all know it's Thursday. It's not Friday, but it's Thirsty Thursdays. You know what people do on Thirsty Thursdays. Oh, how they get turned up? What they do, Tom? They turn up. Let's go.
Turn me up. Up.
All right, so look, we are streaming this on 4 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So make sure whatever platform you're watching this on, you like the video. Make sure you do that. Do it right now. Like that video. Share this. Follow and subscribe first on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us almost everywhere. You can see below Tomo and Carl at Refuse to Lose Sports. But on X and Twitch, you can follow us at R2L Sports. We're giving y'all daily content, right? And share this episode with somebody so they can come on and watch this show live with you, especially an NBA fan, because we're going to talk a lot about the NBA today, especially if their team is in the East, all right? They're competitive. They are Pistons or Hornets. So we got to talk about that, right? Even if they're a bad team, because we talk about taking two. We talk about the good and the bad today. So make sure you share with somebody so they can come on and watch this show live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. Well, I can't see that. That's crazy. I can't see that in my comment section. All right, all right, shout out to Little Griffith, right? Eagles keep AJ Brown. Hey, listen. I don't think I don't keep AJ Brown. I hope y'all don't, but shout out to AJ Brown. All right, go ahead and leave. I heard you on the podcast. And last but not, shout out to my boy Daniel, always here. Happy Thursday. What's up, guys? What's up? Last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor. Oh, now it's showing up on me. Tomo, the floor is yours.
It's just a little delay, man. Kind of like what Duncan Robinson was doing in that brawl. But
that's right now.
It's not, but you're part of the HOA, so we got to talk about it, man. The great tank off. So, Joe, it's very fitting that we have our brother J-Mo here, 76er fan, that we talk about this, because the universe is just seeming, they just don't understand what us bad teams have to do to get better. Team free agents don't want to come to our teams, Then you try to find a way to make your team better through the draft, and then sometimes you draft a bust, or sometimes they just not the player you want. Shout out to, I'm not going to say his name because I remember they drafted him over somebody else, but they just had bad GMs. So a lot has been talked about, and a lot of people are starting to point fingers at the Utah. I'm going to just call the teams out: the Utah Jazz, the Washington Wizards. These are 2 that I can just name for now. I mean, if you go on Tankathon right now, it says that the Sacramento Kings have the number 1 pick, but I'm not going to say too much about that, right? Utah Jazz. Starters up, they winning. Next thing you know, they tell the starters, just relax. You're good. You don't even have to finish the game. Wizards, they sit back, they say, oh, we can get Anthony Davis. We can get Trae Young. Some people say you can't trade for injured players. I know you can't do it on 2K, but in real life you can. So I think they need to change the way the video games operate, because there's a lot of trades that happen that shouldn't be happening. But then also Utah traded for JJJ, Triple J if you want to go that way. And then they say he done for the season 2. Now everyone wants to turn around and point the light on these teams and say, hey, is tanking bad for the NBA? As a Wizards fan, I'm going to start this off. No, because my team is bad. If my team was good, I wouldn't be upset. But also the way the lottery works, tanking is not really in your favor. We were just talking about it backstage, and Carl, you can contest to this. Just because you're the worst team in the league, right, you're not anymore, doesn't mean you won't get the first pick. Shout out to the Mavericks for finding a way to steal the pick. I mean, also, a few years ago, the Wizards should have Wemby, but the league found a way to give it to the Spurs. So at the end of the day, you can tank all you want. They're still going to put measurements in play to make these teams get the players that they actually want. I was watching a few shows. They was talking about finding ways to get rid of the draft, or finding ways to make it where it's kind of like a free agency for college players where they could choose where they want to go, and this, that, and the third. And I was just sitting back and thinking, I'm like, you all keep saying all this about tanking and bad for the league, when technically you can't even get people to watch the All-Star game, but you worry about teams tanking. You can't get people to actually find ways to watch these games because you got it on 99 streaming platforms, but you worry about tanking. There's other things within the game that you need to worry about instead of teams trying to actually make their actual franchises better. Because again, I could be the worst team in the league and still end up with the 5th pick, and that player is no good. I could end up with the worst record in the league and probably get a 10th pick because I traded it 2 years ago and it's lottery protected, and now the Knicks got it. So there's so many things and measurements in place where they want to just try to change things and talk about tanking culture. But I don't think it's bad because I've seen it work in 2 places, Philadelphia Actually, 3 places: Philadelphia, Boston, and OKC. It works. J-Mo, you want to take it away?
Man, shout out to Sam Hinkie. I mean, our old GM who started the whole, it was like 2013, started the whole tanking business. I'm sad about our tanking specifically because it worked, but it didn't work out. You know what I mean? We got them Ben Simmons. I mean, what guy in their right mind wouldn't have drafted Ben Simmons? You know what I'm saying? Embiid, another great talent, but Markelle Fultz, that was a dumb draft pick. They say he was the most impressive player at the draft, but Tatum was the better pick. But the tank culture is crazy. Utah should be ashamed of themselves. They're trying to disguise it instead of just sitting them out the whole game. They're trying to play them and then sit them in the fourth quarter or the second. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's not cool. It's not cool. We kind of did what the Mavs are doing right now, but on purpose. Like, the Mavs are trying to move on from their stars that they had, like AD, and they trying to just move on with Cooper. So I don't know if they have the same intention we had. We deliberately said, anybody that even think about winning, we trading you. And kind of like your man from the Eagles. Who was your man from the Eagles, man? That came and got rid of everybody that was trying to do good.
Oh, Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly. Yo, wow. That's the Philly thing. They said anything that got something to do with winning, we getting you out of here. I remember we had Tony Roden starting that point guard. Shout out to Tony Roden. This is no shot at him. He was nice lefty. But we was straight on a tankathon. I mean, tanks a lot. Like we went like 10 and 72, 18 and something, like 17 and something, like 3 years in a row. So my solution, I don't really know the solution, to be honest with you, but I think that I looked this up earlier. It says that the Mavericks in 23 were fined $750K for resting players.
Yep.
Mark Cuban in 2018 was fined $600,000 for publicly stating that he was tanking. And then the Jazz just got fined $100,000 last year for sitting Lauri Markkanen. So I mean, these teams are making like these franchises. They're worth like what, $4, $5, $6 billion. What's $100,000? What's $600,000? Like, the only solution I have is to find them more money. Take more money from them. That might sound crazy, but hey, we're gonna take millions from you, bro, if you trying to lose games on purpose. Now, like I said, for it looks way worse for Jazz and other teams who actually have good players and sit them out on purpose. What the Mavs is doing right now is smart. They have no like stars. So they literally only have Cooper Flag, and he can't win games by himself. And even if he does win games, he's not going to win enough to, you know what I mean, keep us from getting a good draft pick. So I mean, I think that's that's all I can think of. Like, I guess they can do something with the like the protected picks. Like if you trade your pick and it's protected, I guess they can do something as far as, you know, along those lines. That's a good idea as well. But the tanking is crazy, man. They need to figure out a way to put the best product on the floor, because the way what they did with Lauri Markkanen and Triple J was crazy. They had combined for like what, 50 points already. They was cooking. And then they said, you know what, sit down. You playing a little too good. So I don't know what they got to do, man. The only thing I can think of is take more money from them, because they already getting all that money.
Carl?
Ruined the parlay, by the way. That was the first game that happened. Didn't know what was going to happen. Didn't see it coming. Took Laurie for 20 at 17 in the first half. I'm like, I'm looking sweet. And then the rest is history. But it sucks. It's a major part of why I stopped watching the NBA, to be honest. I'm just keeping it real. And to the person who said, don't forget about Detroit, we didn't tank. We just sucked. We were trying. We were just that bad. So, I mean, the year that we lost 28 straight, I think I predicted us to win 17 games. So, we did not tank. We fortunately turned it around. New coach didn't like Monty Williams. Said that probably. But yeah, man, this tanking culture sucks. I don't like it. And is there a way to like stop it? In my opinion, no. Here's why. out of all the drafts, except maybe baseball, but baseball draft is, I don't know how that works. They're like one of the only ones that you don't get rewarded for having the best, the worst record, like football. If you go 0-17, you're guaranteed the number 1 pick. In basketball, if you go 0-82, you could pick 10th if the lotto shake out like that.
Yeah.
But a lottery was probably put in place to prevent tanking. And it didn't change anything. So, like J-Mo said, you could affect their pockets in a much bigger way. That might stop it. But he just said the Jazz got fined $100,000, and they doing the same thing again. I didn't even know they got fined $100,000 for sitting Lowry. And what are they doing currently? Sitting Lowry. So they don't care. You're gonna have to come up with a bigger fine, but it's terrible because not only does it, affect ratings, it affects the fans. Why would fans go out and pay money for a ticket to come see their favorite team play when they know that their team that they want to watch wants to lose? Why am I coming to pay to see them lose? I can watch it at the crib or TV. I could not watch it at all if I know they're about to lose. I could watch something else. I can watch college basketball, baseball coming up. I could watch the UFL coming up, or whatever it's called. I think it's still called the UFL. It's so many different avenues of sports. I could watch the Olympics. That's on right now. I can watch so many other things than watch my favorite team, lose on purpose, which affects pockets. So it sucks. And I would say also that rarely it works out over, like you said, you got Philly, it worked out, but Embiid is a great player. He worked out. Ben Simmons was supposed to be a great player mentally, did not work out with him. So all in all, it sucks. I don't know a solution, honestly. I don't know the solution to prevent it because I feel like the lottery is supposed to be the best solution, and it doesn't prevent anything. And the Mavericks getting the number 1 pick last year kind of makes it worse because they weren't the worst team in the league. What were they? Bottom 5, 6?
They were in a play-in, bro.
Yeah, so they made
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. They were like bottom 5, 6 odds to get the number 1 pick, and they still got it. So yeah, they gotta probably, like J-Mo said, just affect their pockets bigger, but it's terrible.
Yeah. You were right, Carl, with the lottery. I think they created a lottery. Now I'm thinking about it to prevent tanking. I just think it's funny. The Wizards, right? They play the Pistons. They beat them 126-117
by accident.
And then the next night, they sit 4 players, and the ages are 19, 21, 22, and 20. What are they sitting out for? Then they lose to the Nets. How you beat the Pistons and lose to the Nets? Because they tanking. Also, we don't know who's hurt. We don't know who's that. The doctor just put an injury report out there. Oh, soreness on the ankle, soreness on that. They just sit out for dumb reasons. I think 2 things need to happen. Jane will kind of touch on it first. Number 1, get rid of trading protected picks. Make everything unprotected. So if you trade a pick, you trade a pick. It ain't no protected. Me and Jay were talking earlier. That on Indiana Pacers got to trade a protected pick from 5 to 9. If the jump fall from pick 5 to 9, they don't get it. But if it falls anywhere outside of that, they can get it. What? Like, that don't make no sense. If you trade a pick, you trade a pick. Point blank. And number 2, because it's messing up the product, right? It's messing the product. People paying, you got paying customers that go and want to see these people play. You might have a kid that said, you know what, I want to see Trey Johnson. He go see him play the Nets. He on the bench for someone his ankle. What? So my thing is, treat it like gambling. When there's gambling going on and there's something suspicious, you investigate. When people are giving up points, missing shots on purpose, fouling out on purpose, or faking an injury for gambling reasons, they get punished for that. There should be some punishment for tanking. Now, obviously, people are going to tank regardless, but to protect the product, there should be some type of punishment besides fine. There should be a suspension or something involved more than a fine for purposely tanking. When they took out Lauri Markkanen, they up by 17. You take out Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Johnson Jr. for the whole 4 quarter you lose, you need to give an explanation on why that happened. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. They gotta find a way to do that. But I think you can't prevent tanking to happen because it's gonna happen regardless. But those are my advice for tanking for real.
All right, one thing. Whatever kid is saying they want to go see Trey Johnson, I'm sorry, bro. You already knew the Wizards. Your parents should have told you that the Wizards was gonna be
bucket
bad.
though, Tomo.
I said the Wizards, not him. You get what I'm saying?
The kid has every right to want to see a bucket.
But you can go any night. You can get a ticket for $20.
Come on, man.
So if you don't see him against the Brooklyn Nets, you can definitely get $20 and go see him against the Hornets. That's all I'm saying, Joe. Because what's really wrong with the league is there's 4 markets that people want to play in, and they promote these 4 markets. That's it. They act like the rest of the league doesn't exist. If it wasn't for Giannis, people wouldn't be talking about the Bucks the way they talk about the Bucks. Cade took the Pistons and brought them back to relevancy. They only talk about 4 markets. You know this. So when it comes to like watering down the product, the media does it already. Like, you don't run into diehard Wizards fans. You don't run into diehard Pistons fans if it wasn't for like refuse to lose, right? So at the end of the day, I'm more so defending my team. They came out when they got the new front office and said, we're doing a deconstruction of the team. Like, this team was just bad from top to bottom, so we're going to be bad for years. And we're going to try to make moves to make the team better. Luckily for us, we've been hitting on most of them draft picks that we've gotten so far. And for the Maverick fan that's talking about the Wizards too with the top 20 protected, you're NBA protected. So I don't want to hear anything from the Mavericks, all right? Because you can't be in the play-in and get the number 1 seed. I don't want to hear nothing from a Mavericks fan. I'm sorry. But
Tom, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. That was it.
I was about to say, y'all doing the right thing. Y'all taking advantage of the system. I'm not faulting y'all for tanking, but tanking is bad for the NBA though. It's still bad. So like, yeah, so I get it. I get what you're saying, but yes, the Lakers and these big teams getting marketed, but like my bro said in the comment section, look at OKC. They didn't tank, and look where they are right now.
They didn't have to, or no, that Durant team was built through the draft. But the team they got now, they didn't have to tank because the Clippers gave them 82 draft picks.
They did. But look at the Warriors. The Warriors is not a big market for real. It's a big market now because of Steph Curry, but they wasn't always a big market. But look at them. Like, they got all the young talent in the draft. You just need a good GM. You got one though. You do your thing. I'm saying, like, these teams are always bad because the GM, like, we're always bad because we make bad decisions. The Kings make bad decisions.
So was the Wizards.
Yeah, so do the Wizards. But y'all making good decisions now, you know. But like, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, and the Celtics, I don't think the Celtics tanked. They sucked that year, and Paul Pierce got hurt. You got to think about that. Paul Pierce got hurt, and it just sucked. They were already an average team with Paul Pierce, so when he got hurt, they just sucked.
So is the system tanking or is it low management?
Both of them is wrong. Both of them is killing.
I think low management is worse.
Yeah, low management.
And I think that's what that's what tanking teams are taking on and being like, well, they hurt. Like when LeBron didn't want to play on a good Thursday, low management.
I get LeBron, I think 42.
They just low managed what? The Lakers Spurs and got whooped by like 40.
Bro, the whole starting five didn't play.
They sat LeBron, which I understand, back to back, he's 50. Luka, they said he had a hamstring injury, but Austin Reeves just played the game before that. And he's fresh off an injury. And then they said DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart. Like, come on, man. Come on.
That's all I'm saying.
The reason why I brought up finding them more money is because, bro, what's 100,000 to a billionaire?
Facts.
Remember when all you're gonna do is find me 100,000, I'm gonna tank every year.
J-Mo, you said Mark Cuban got fined what again?
650.
600 or something like that.
He got fined the year when they set everybody in the year. He got fined. The amount of money he got fined, he donated it. Like, he was trolling the NBA, bro. He took that money that he paid a fine and he took that same amount of money and donated it somewhere.
NBA protected. That's all I'm saying.
He was trolling the NBA.
Yeah.
Seems to be NBA protected. That's it.
That's why, like what J-Mo said, they fined him 100,000 for St. Laurie and they doing it again. Because what, like he said, 100,000.
Something like
they doing him and JJ. They like I raised you 200K.
I know, right? Y'all cooking too much. Like, I need to sip it over. That's crazy.
But they actually asked the coach about that. They said they asked him, did he have any plans? Did they have any plans of bringing him back in? He said, not even a thought.
Yeah, they asked him, how close were you to putting him back in the game? He said, I wasn't. I'm like, dang. See, that's not his fault though. That's the GM and the owner.
I was about to say that's a
trying to
fair
tell-
call.
Any age, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He's just doing his job.
Hey man, look. See what the comments say right there.
And shout out to that Pelicans fan. The Pelicans fan said, I like how hard we playing because we don't have a draft pick. The Hawks got their draft pick. Well, they trying to win, so the Hawks don't get a good pick, but they can't win.
And also with the Pacers, I don't think the Pacers would have been this bad if Hallie was playing. So that protected pick that they got, they probably like, look, we didn't even expect us to be in the top 5 to 10. So that's why they threw that out there. They just bad because they start playing down.
I ain't signing on the Pelicans, nothing.
They just traded that pick.
Murphy.
I think they traded it because they think they're gonna be so sorry that they're gonna be guaranteed a pick that's not. But they don't know the history. Shout out to my boy Carl.
I mean, and also I know why certain people on ESPN mad at the Wizards because the Knicks got that pick. If the Wizards don't get like top 8, there's some Knicks fans out there telling us, man, why they don't want to win games? Y'all don't need the pick. You got Cat.
Cat. Shout out my family. Shout out my boys at Rucker Park.
After all that, we're gonna talk about the East. Man, Carl, HOA, man. Who would have thought? 2 years in a row, man. In the NBA chat, they had so many jokes for us, man. But look at y'all now.
And you keep giving out passes. That's why I'm trying to be exclusive. You keep trying to invite people.
Hey. I was just trying to invite my brother from Orlando, man. It's getting ugly down there. I've been watching RBO, man. I hear it in his voice. He want to leave. I'm just trying to give him a home. That's all.
Oh, Tom, but before you finish, what's the HOA fee? Because I know some townhouse communities where the HOA fee is high. I don't know what. So what's the fee?
You know,
they try to say we was Section 8, so we ain't got one.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You just pull up. We just gotta make sure you got a key though. You can't be no hoarder.
Am I in it or no?
You keep saying you don't want to be over there.
No, I'm not
dipping in and out, so that's on you at this point.
Hey, look, if y'all HOA was Section 8, Joe at the homeless shelter.
Yeah, I'm terrible right now. I'm down bad.
Look, Joe, we try to get you somewhere to stay, man. But every time we say you like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Nah, bro. No, I was in denial. But once you fired Mike Brown, got rid of Aaron Fox, I'm all in now.
You see the light.
Put Joe at Skid Row at first, and then we worked his way up.
I was sleeping in my car and some more stuff. And now I'm willing to.
They tried to recruit me, Joe, but we was hurt.
You was going in on the HOA too, but this is not a live HOA. We're gonna have a members only when we talk about the HOA. But look, man, we gotta celebrate the Pistons being number 1 in the East, but there's also other teams in the East as well that's trying to make a comeback. I mean, Boston's right there, New York, you know, Cleveland just made a trade for James Harden, and they finding they Coco Jones version of how to win. So with that being said, who is the team to beat in the East? And I'm gonna start with you, Carl, since you number 1.
Humble Carl.
It gotta be us. So far, it has to be us. I don't think that Boston's the team to beat. Cleveland has to work their way up. The Harden and Mitchell trade for the very short period of time that has been a trade does look good, but they got to work their way up. Now, some might argue the Knicks, and I'm not mad at you for saying the Knicks. The Knicks were in a good series with the Pacers just last year, and the Pacers will not be back due to the Halliburton injury. So I'm not mad at you for saying the Knicks. You're not going to say Orlando. You're not going to say Philly. Sorry, Jamo, no offense. And you're not going to say who else is in the mix? Miami, I think, is low-key in the mix. You're not going to say any of them. So I think you have to say us. Now, Did I expect us to be the number 1 overall team in the East going into All-Star weekend? Absolutely not. Like, I love it, but this is all extra to me. Like, and trust me, I for a while, I was like, all right, it's cool, but, you know, we got to maintain it. And we've actually been doing a pretty good job of maintaining this number 1 seed. So I think it's us, and then maybe the Knicks at 2 for teams to be in the East. But y'all know how I feel about the regular season, man. It really don't matter. But I do enjoy it, and I do think being number 1 going into All-Star break does say something, especially when we've been number 1 since what? Yeah. Since we took it from the Bulls, like the second week, we haven't lost it. We haven't, but I'm saying we haven't lost it since like the second week of the NBA. Yeah, so it has to be us at this very moment.
I mean, some would say y'all still fighting for that spot, J-Mo.
Shout out to did you just say the Bulls? Shout out to Josh Giddey, man. They was balling at the beginning of the year. They said he was gonna be an all-star. Look, Team to beat in the East. I don't know. Let me be honest. Like Detroit got the best record. They're playing the best right now, but playoff like they do have flaws. Like they're like you can pinpoint Cade and put the ball in other people's hands that aren't proven, and we don't know. The Knicks, me personally, I would say the Knicks right now if I had to choose. But like that's only if I have to choose because Indiana's hurt. The Knicks have been consistently one of the best teams in the East in the playoffs the last few years. And now their record is not really strong for the regular season. A lot of people say they're having a down year. But when their starters play, I think they're like 18-5 or something like that. They got a real good record when they starters play. And I'm assuming that all their starters are going to play when the playoffs come. But Detroit is right there. I feel like Detroit had a good chance of beating them last year if they would have had all their pieces. And Malik Beasley could have hit a shot. But I think that if I had to choose, I guess I would say it's a tie between the Knicks and Detroit. I would lean more towards the Knicks just because of the playoff history. But it wouldn't surprise me if Detroit came out the East just because of the way the East looking. I do think Cleveland is very interesting.
Yeah.
They're not a team to beat, but I'm just saying they could be interesting when the playoffs start because I believe that James Harden is head and shoulders upgrade over Darius Garland. I think the main thing is that he's going to play. Like he's not going to be hurt. He's basically been an Iron Man his whole career. He plays a lot. He never gets hurt for real. So I would say if I had to choose, probably the Knicks and Detroit would be a tie because Detroit has been. I didn't see this coming. Me and Carl talked before the season started, and people were like, "Who is the biggest threat to the Knicks? Is it Detroit? Is it this?" And I'm like, why they think Detroit is going to get so much better when every other team made a move except Detroit? Detroit's the only team that didn't make a move in the offseason. They shut me up because right now they number one easily. They've been number one pretty much all year. And, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? They bringing the bad boy Pistons identity back. So I would have to say it's probably a tie between the Knicks just based off, like I said, the playoff history that the Knicks got and the way Detroit is playing now. JB Bickerstaff is a runaway for Coach of the Year. But watch out for them Sixers, man.
People in Detroit don't win awards.
He's runaway this year. I feel you, but he's runaway. It ain't even close.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go with Detroit also, and this is why I'm going with Detroit. It's because I'm looking at it as, okay, if the 76ers win, would I be surprised? I won't, but would I be like, we knew that? If the Cavs win, would I be surprised? No, but I won't be like, we knew that, even though I picked the Cavs before the season started. If the Celtics win, would I be surprised? No, but I won't be like, I knew that already. If the Knicks win, it will only because Detroit is not ready. That's why I would say it'd be like Detroit is not ready. But if Detroit win, it's more so like they've been telling us all year they're the best team. So that's one reason why I'm picking Detroit. And then I'm looking at matchups. I feel like Detroit matches up well with the Knicks. I think they do. The Knicks last year barely beat Detroit without Isaiah Stewart, what I think is a big piece when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns. Because defensively, with him and Jalen, they could do a good job on Karl-Anthony Towns. And Cade elevated his game. Remember early in that series, Cade was very he wasn't Cade like we see right now. Like we would ask him to be more aggressive.
What?
So,
I thought I was on mute. My bad. Yo, what?
Somebody do something about that. All right.
Yeah,
do something about that.
I'm sorry, bro.
I do want to throw the Raptors in the mix too. The Raptors.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm telling you, flattered, bro.
No, like, dog, why is it always me? Why is it always me?
All right, so Oh, I thought it was your boy Tom up, but it's not. I thought it was your boy in the comments, but it's not
Oh,
though.
Philly Mike OG.
Yeah.
That's why
But,
when the second comment came, I was like, here they go. They're gonna start going crazy again.
But yeah, so what worries me about Detroit is what J-Mo said. It's the offense. So like K is a lot of their offense. We talking about scoring, playmaking, everything. He's a lot of their offense. And they're 10th in scoring, 10th in offensive rating. And they're only 2 games behind OKC. Like Carl said, they 5.5 games behind front of second place. So they running away with the East. And they can, for real, how OKC is playing right now lately, without SGA being hurt too, they can for real be the overall number 1 seed going into the playoffs. But they are a great defensive team. But they needed that run. They needed to lose the way they did against the Knicks. When it's like, we should have won. Like, JB Bickerstaff always say, like, yo, we see Detroit, we see the Knicks again. They don't like, basically, they don't want to see us. So I'm going to say it's Detroit because if they win, I won't be surprised. If they don't win, it's like they're not ready yet. It's like they will be in their own way.
Yeah, bro. I literally paid off a bet last year off betting $5 that the Pistons were gonna blow a lead and winning, and the debt was $50. So
Hey,
I hated how much. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, I know you dumb nation, bro, but come on, man.
Sound like somebody last year.
Yeah.
Hey, chill, bro.
That's a good point.
Because I was a part of that smoke, so chill.
And Joe's a good point about K. I talk to Carl about this all the time. K, that playoff series was similar to how SGA was when they lost to the Mavericks the year before. SGA found out, yo, I gotta drop 40 sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just gotta drop 40. And K, hopefully he can have a couple more 30-point games this year than he had last year. And when you don't have a second scorer though, a second dependable scorer, they already lock up.
Tobias cool, but he's not a certified scorer.
I got you.
The Detroit already locks up, right? So that kind of halfway cuts off the need of a second scorer. But the way they can really negate that is to the shooters got to hit.
Yeah.
The shooters got to hit. Joe, you remember when the Mavs played Kawhi and them?
Man, what?
Tim Hardaway Jr. and Reggie Bullock, they couldn't miss. So if you don't got that second legit, your shooters got to hit. You got to play defense and your shooters got to hit. And K going to do what he do. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm with you. And JB Bickerstaff, he's made it very clear they want the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
They want the Knicks.
I also too feel like we have to find a way to have Asar become effective offensively, because last year when he wasn't effective offensively, he was a liability. We had to sit him. But once he figured out like cutting to the basket and things like that, getting to the free throw, well, he got a lot of shoot free throws, but drawing fouls against the free throw line, he was actually useful in that series. I think he finally figured that out like game 4, game 5. I think whatever game we won, I want to say we won game 5, but I'm not sure. But once we figure out how to use him effectively in the playoffs, he's not a liability and he can play more minutes, which makes us a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And before you go, timeout, this Philly fan is going through it, bro. He going through it. He keep bringing those Sixers stuff, bro.
Man, yeah. Tobias, Mr. 180.
He going through it right now.
Man, you don't know, man.
You got him for the cool 26, 2 years.
No, it's
Man, I'm cutting the comments off, man. That's blasphemous. But I mean, Joe, I'm with you I'm with all y'all as far as bringing the scariest team in the East right now, and they have the keys right now, and they're driving. Is the Pistons. I picked the Knicks early on in the season. I mean, early on in the preseason, because I'm like, this is your time. Like, it was more of a nod to say, hey, we see what Boston's going through. This is your moment. And at the time, Cleveland was still trying to get themselves together, but then you make the trade for James Harden. So it's kind of like, oh, it's going to get a little scary in the playoffs because that back and forth, like I said, with them two, I did not see the Pistons showing up. And then the last time the Knicks seen the Pistons, they just keep smacking them up. Wow, so it's like, it's personal. So you think in a 5-game series, 7-game series, they're not going to take it even more personal? They're like, nah. And then I watched that interview with Cade when he sat down with KD, and they were just talking about the playoffs and everything too. That showed you his mentality changed, man. You right, man. Make sure you drop a super chat with that one too. But but his mentality has changed because he like, look, man, I know some nights I gotta just, like you said, take over. And he do that. You get past the Knicks, the world is your oyster, Carl. And I can't wait to see it, man, because the more y'all win, the more the HOA wins, and the more the HOA wins, that means the Wizards is up next. So
Yeah, it'd be crazy if the Pistons make an NBA championship before the Ravens make a Super Bowl. Though. I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
yeah,
But
That
look,
would be crazy.
but
that's
time out.
conflicting.
The last two
Ain't
games.
conflicting nothing. I'm gonna just be a little confused.
That's
The last two games, the Pistons won 118-80, 121-90. Combined score of 239 and 170. They had beat them with a combined score of 69 points.
That's a little crazy.
They going
Play
crazy.
70,
man.
round up, because we had some crazy comments about 70 points.
Yeah, man, you're right, man. Detroit, you know, ain't no time for me no more. Detroit is the way Cat playing right now. He is not gonna average 20 against these Pistons.
No.
Are you all Pistons?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, thought for some reason that series against us last year, Cat could not miss.
But
Like,
y'all didn't
even
have
Man,
at
he's
the
making
point
some
of-
crazy.
Yeah, y'all had Tobias
That's-
checking him.
That's
They
true.
didn't have
Stewart
Isaiah
was
Stewart.
hurt. That's true. But I mean, even still, it was good defense. That three hit to put him up one late in the ball game. Dog,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, but he was playing much better. You see how he playing this year? He
Yeah,
playing
nah,
like he
it's
don't
bad.
even care as much as he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that is true. But
Yeah,
I do gotta give Cat some credit for that series against us.
Yeah. He played power forward. That's what the comments. He played
Yeah,
power
because
forward when Rudy Gobert got there.
Yeah,
But like, Cat is known for being soft.
As a mug.
yeah. And the Pistons is not the team you want to be soft against because
Nah.
they bringing
I
it
knew he was
back.
gonna show up. I knew he was gonna show up.
Yeah, man. I just want to say this before we move on. The regular season is great, and trust me, I'm actually starting to soak in what we're doing in the regular season. But we beat the Knicks last year 3-1 in the regular season and lost 4-2. So let's
But y'all
if
didn't
we
have no
see
playoff
them,
experience, though.
Huh?
Y'all didn't have no playoff experience. Cade
That's
was
true.
why
That is
y'all
true.
lost.
But if we do see him again, let's not lose. I ain't trying to lose $50 again.
Didn't
Carl,
they beat y'all 3
Cade
times?
is a mature player, bro. His stats were better last year than they are this year. So he realized like, yo, I don't gotta, you know what I mean? I can lead this team, and when they need me to drop, I'm gonna drop my buckets and I'm gonna take over. But Cade is a very mature
Yeah.
player. He seems like a very mature person. I remember Kendrick Perkins had said that he talked to people in Cade's camp, and it was just like that was the reason why Detroit drafted him over Jalen Green, number one, because he was more mature and that he like, you know, he had a kid already. He was just like he was just ready to be a leader way more than Jalen Green was. I think that he
It
was
was
already
nice.
better anyway.
You saw it. I remember the
I
summer
think,
league
I
play.
think that like maybe he didn't say that was the reason, but he said that was like one of the, you know what I mean?
Mature.
It was one of the attributes that led them to Cade.
He's shown it.
Yeah, I know a Pistons fan that told me we should have took Jalen Green over Cade after year 2. I was like, are you dumb?
Bro, I saw them when they played in the summer league. Houston won, but you can just see like Cade is like he's better. But like, hey, that's another interesting thing. Tatum is coming back.
He not.
Nah, he can't. I mean, our Darius Washington came back from an Achilles. You know, this is
I think he's
football.
gonna come back. He
The
right
day-
now.
yeah.
He playing. He with the
In the G League.
right now.
All right, man. If I'm him, I better
He-
relax.
He's probably not gonna come back in the regular season, but you gotta think the playoffs is 2 months away.
Nah, if he I don't know. You coming
If
back
they
off
not-
a catastrophic injury right into playoff physical basketball? I don't know.
He's not going. So he's going to probably go to the G League, get some run just to get in shape and stuff, and come back.
He gonna play in the G League though, or is he just gonna be at their practices? They said he gonna play.
No, he practicing. He practicing in the G League. He practicing with them.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. We'll
I think
see.
he gonna play. I think he shouldn't though, but
He wants to. He's made it
Yeah, I
very
think he
clear
will.
since day one that he wants to.
hey, Tom, like you said, when you get these randoms, that's when you know you're doing something good, right?
Hey, man. I ain't mad at it. That was funny though. I don't like the
Gotta
comparison,
get
but that
me
was funny.
hit after the show. I can't see.
Oh,
Again?
all right.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't. Please, let's not.
I don't know. The one comment we had to ban was gonna make us act like this brawl that just happened in North Carolina, man. I don't know, man. So I'm saying, boy, that escalated quickly. If you don't know, if you haven't been on social media anywhere, yeah, I mean, of course, you probably heard about it. Some would say it was close to the Malice in the Palace. The Bad Boy Pistons is back hard in every way. It's y'all winning, beating up people, scaring teams. I don't know, man, but it's the aura is back. I don't think y'all aura farming no more. Kind of like Tatum playing in the G League, which is nonsense. But hey, Joe, drop that track for me, man, for the people who don't know what's been happening.
One of his instrumentals.
Man.
They say he rap like he trying to get out the league.
Yo.
For real though.
So with this altercation that we just displayed here, of course, several people have gotten suspended since then, man. You got Miles Bridges, who was out for 4 games. You got Jalen Duren, who was out for 2 games. Help me with this last name if you watch in the red corner. There you go. That's why we watch. That's why we got CTC Carl here, man, for 4 games. And do I really need to tell y'all how long Isaiah Stewart is out? I mean, he on the bench, bro. You already know, man. He shouldn't even be back in the league after all of that. I'm
Chill
joking,
out, bro.
I'm joking. If he went to MSU, I would be serious. But Draymond Green is over there shooting threes for the Warriors. Yo, after this, man, do you agree with the punishments, or were they too harsh?
Too harsh. He was too.
I just had to add that.
Now I want to focus on Isaiah Stewart. Now, I think Isaiah Stewart
7 games, by the way. I didn't say it,
7 games is not enough. I mean, he got too many incidents of him fighting, too many incidents of him jumping into fights. First of all, just what he did in this game alone deserved more than 7 games, in my opinion. He came off the bench, which is an automatic suspension. He escalated the situation, which is you get kicked out the game for that. He had nothing to do with the situation. And he threw punches. He literally threw not just one punch, he threw punches. He threw multiple punches. So I think, first I saw something that said that he's banned. And I was like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they suspend him the rest of the season. Like, for real, because we already more than halfway through the season. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. So I thought 7 games is crazy. Now, I don't want nobody to be suspended. I would love to see the Pistons at full strength in these playoffs. But if you would have asked me to give me a number, I would say, PG got 25 games for taking illegal drugs. You know what I mean? He should have got like 25 games too, to be honest with you, based on his track record. So I'm going to say somewhere around like 10 plus games, 10 or maybe 15 games he should have got. But I thought 7 was a little bit. I thought 7 was a little bit just for this game alone.
I think they said 7 because he's a repeat offender, but I'm with you, Joe. I mean, if you want to give PG 25 for the substance, and he told you what he was going through, and we already know, we don't know if that's what it was actually for. We can't say yay or nay, so allegedly, right? But you seen him come off the bench. You seen him run off the bench with the blue T-shirt and just start swinging. Like he was in the club at the bar about to get a drink, and he said, "Oh, my boy's fighting," and just ran over. And then he did what he had to do. Then right after that, cameras is everywhere. You see him walking back to the locker room. So man, I'm on the bench. I play for Detroit. What y'all think I'm gonna do? Oh, that's another 5 games. I don't get it. But hey, for the guy in the comments, man, I don't think it was too harsh, man. You got people swinging. You see them poor people. You see them poor fans in the front with their phones up. Nobody moved for real. They all had their phones up because they know what the NBA is about. But that could have escalated over into the crowd. It didn't. And for these 2 teams, you already know how I feel about the Hornets. So I'm not mad Isaiah Stewart got up and did what he did. He was defending my honor in that case because the Hornets shouldn't be winning games, but they are. So at this case, that's 2 less for him. Also for who started the fight because you fouled him. So you started the fight. So them 2 definitely should have gotten more than 7. But Isaiah Stewart being a repeat offender, you add a little bit more on top of that. We'll save Carl for last because this is your team. So we're going to we let you go first with the good news. We're going to let you go last with the bad news.
I don't think that he should have gotten whatever PG got. I mean, the man cheated.
No, I got you.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Hey, the suspension wasn't alleged. Look, my man, shout out to Beef Stew. I do think he should have gotten more than 7 games. I'm not going to say he should have got way more. I think Miles Bridges should have got more than what he got. He instigated, it was about to be over. He tried to run over to the rim and punch him. So, I think Duren, now if they want to give Diabate more games than Duren, I kind of understand it because he kept trying to run over there while everybody was grabbing him and he was the main focus as far as all the grabbing and pushing and stuff. Duren was backing up after he had already smushed him. And I can't remember who headbutted who first. It looked like they both just
they did.
And then so Durant smushed him, and then so I would say Beef Stew should have got 12. You know what I mean? 12 game suspension. give Miles Bridges about 6-7 games. Diabate, I guess he good where he at, and Durant good where he at. But I think that Bridges, you know what I mean? People are overlooking the fact that he totally kept the fight going. Like it was about to be over, and he ran up, tried to run up on Durant, which I don't think was smart. You know what I mean? And then I don't know how many group fights he been in, but who ducks down like that without a big crowd around? That was crazy. But I don't think they should have gotten first of all, I don't think that the suspensions they got were harsh at all. I don't know if they did they get fined? Any
I don't
money?
think they announced. If they did,
I don't remember any money announcements. Yeah, they haven't got. So maybe if they find them some money on top of the money they losing from the suspension, then it would justify why the suspension was so low as far as the amount of games. But I do think that I was expecting them to get suspended for a little more games.
They did get fined.
They got fined.
Yeah,
they announced the money's announced or
they say the suspension will cost Stewart $724.
Nah, he's talking about
the game.
He's
talking about the fines outside of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, normally they would get a fine and lose money for the game.
Okay. I get what y'all saying. They game check.
I guess since they get paid so much money, the suspension is a fine. So, but yeah, man, the suspension definitely wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. But Isaiah Stewart, man, I'm all for defending your teammate, but he didn't even have to run off the bench though. Like I can understand if he would actually start an L and Durant out. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me go over there. By the way, Tomo, that was a perfect analogy. At the bar, my boys fighting, that was perfect. I've seen those, but yeah, man, I think Isaiah Stewart was he's still young. You know what I'm saying? He ran off. He literally was the only one. You just seen big dude running over there out of nowhere. He oh no.
He was ready for that moment.
Yeah, he was waiting for it. So, I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, 10 toes down for your teammate, for your brother, but he ain't have to do that. He ain't have to run off the bench. Durant wasn't even in about to get hit. He wasn't a threat to Durant at all. But like I said, I thought the suspension was going to be more, but I don't think they were harsh at all. They lucky, you ask me.
Hey, can I say something before y'all go?
Go ahead.
So, can I only talk about Stewart real quick? I'm gonna be real quick. So, I don't like how Diabate got more games than Durant because he escalated about smooshing him in his face. So I think they should at least got the same amount of games. I think Miles is good where he at with 4. I think the only people that got too little was Durant and Stewart, the Pistons. I think him getting 2 when he smooshed them, it's crazy. It's like saying I'm gonna give Carmelo 2 games, but I'm gonna give Jeffries 4 games for trying to get back at him. No, I'm not gonna do that. Carmelo stole him though. That was different. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
First of all, I just said, "Oh God," when J-Mo talked because he said he doesn't know what he said. He said 6-7 games. I can see it now.
You gonna repeat it?
See?
Yeah, but
you Gen Z, bro.
Oh God, myself. Anyway, Joe, reparations. Durant got 2, Isaiah Stewart got 7 because we had the worst record in the NBA and had back-to-back 5th-round picks. This reparations. We had 3 players up for awards last year and nobody won. This reparations. But no, in all seriousness though, I agree with I have no problem with any of this. If you want to say Stewart deserves a little bit more, cool, because like J-Mo said, he re-escalated it. I would, it would make, and I actually condemned Isaiah Stewart in the chats, but it would make more sense if Stewart ran off the bench when it initially happened. Would he be wrong still? Yeah, but it's more understandable if he did it then versus when it was basically calmed down and then you run off the bench. It was basically over, and he like J-Mo said, re-escalated it. I agree that Durant should have the least amount because he got fouled, wasn't even probably thinking about Diabate, and Diabate just got in his face. You fouled me. Let me go shoot my free throws, and we play on. But you getting in my face, barking in my face. Did Jalen Durant escalate the situation? Absolutely. But the situation wouldn't be a thing if you just accept you fouled me and move on. Miles Bridges, if you want to give him more, cool, because he had nothing to do with the situation, and he threw a punch. So, and he was taken off like he was a part of the situation. I get that you defended your teammate. This ain't got nothing to do with you. But overall, I'm cool with the suspensions because, again, it didn't have to be that. Hard foul, accepted, move on. But no, it turned into a brawl. In 25 games, saying that Paul George was absolutely crazy. That man allegedly, couldn't deal with his mental health and got popped. But just like Bobby Portis. But yeah, I'm not really too mad at none of this, to be honest with you. I saw some people saying that Isaiah Stewart was gonna be banned for the rest of the year. For what? I get he repeat the offender, but for what? You gonna ban him 29 games? Well, suspend him, 29 games? No. He didn't start this. He again re-escalated, but he ain't started. If at this point everybody looking at it like he defending his teammate, or you just let it fight, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't got too many issues with this. People saying that Adam Silver being soft, that this was David Stern, Isaiah Stewart wouldn't suit up in an NBA jersey ever again.
That's true though.
It might be. I ain't gonna lie, but
not the first part, but the second part is definitely
true. No, for sure. But I don't got a problem with it.
Look, man,
bro, this all right. Look, Isaiah, I don't want to be this guy. I felt like I'm about to pull a Stephen A move. but look, Isaiah Stewart.
Bad timing, Joe.
I know. This is what you do. Isaiah Stewart on November 22nd. Bro, this man got suspended for 2 games for the LeBron situation. Then he got suspended 3 games for the Eubanks situation. Then he got suspended 1 game for the Thomas Bryant situation. Then he got suspended 2 games for the altercation against Minnesota. And now this, bro. This is his 1, 2, 3. This is 6th incident, bro.
5th. From what you just said is 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you right.
And it don't even did it total 20 games?
2,
no.
1, 3, 2. And they say, you know what, we'll give 7. Maybe he'll do better next time. Bro, wasn't even part of this. It's like it's your 5th, bro. That's why and then it's all fighting. It's not like all of them is him fighting, bro.
He hit Eubanks pregame, I think, in the shooter.
Yeah, Eubanks. That was
Wait,
crazy.
I was about to say I don't remember the Eubanks one.
He was in the layup line. And next thing you know, they said Isaiah Stewart not playing.
That's crazy.
It was in the tunnel. I think it was in the tunnel.
Yeah, they said, why is Isaiah Stewart not playing?
I think Eubanks snitched. I think Eubanks like you want to press charges on that. You want to press charges on him.
One thing I respect about Isaiah Stewart is that
he was in the parking lot.
Wait, what?
He's for 3 games after punching him in the parking lot.
How did they see each other in the parking lot?
Exactly. What?
I thought it was in the tunnel.
What?
How did they see each other in the parking lot?
It's not like they work at Walmart where I'm
he was waiting for the bus to pull up. He said, "Hold up, man, I got something to say."
But Eubanks tried to press charges. I think he tried to press charges on him after that. He got 3 games for that.
One thing I respect about Stewart though is that he keeps the same energy with everybody. He don't pick and choose.
He now like people say Draymond is.
Like people, yeah, he don't pick and choose.
I'm on my spot, bro. Like,
hey, I thought you was a realist, bro. I thought you kept it real.
Ooh.
I do, but come on, bro. We doing too much.
You know what I mean? We ain't gonna act like Draymond only bark at people he know ain't gonna bark back.
Come on now.
I mean, Isaiah Stewart. One thing happened, right?
He ain't do nothing. He looked at the ref like, hey. So that's one thing I respect about That's one thing I respect about Isaiah Stewart. I'm not putting the allegations on Draymond. I'm just saying how I look. But yeah, that's one thing I respect about him. But he's like, he should not. He did not have to run off the bench.
Yeah, there will be a prison for real. Yeah, he was wild.
To close this out, Isaiah Stewart was acting like that black guy from Not Another Teen movie with the slow clap. It's always the bad moment, but soon as he thought somebody was gonna have his moment, he ran down. He said, "Not tonight, not tonight." So with that one, we gonna talk about who else is scary in the West because it ain't Draymond.
Ooh, dang,
it ain't. I'm sorry. This is my time. He shouldn't have said what he said last year. Now I'm looking at him.
I got to chill on my sparring because Tomo is loving this.
Yeah. And I can't wait till the Terp help you advance in the playoffs. This is all going to be perfect.
DNP.
Well, this is going to hurt Joe just a little bit because this team here, man, I mean.
Fox an all-star team. 6
straight wins, right? Fox, Wemby, Castle. I mean, there's some Champagne. Champagne, if you know. If you know, you know. But some people would say this would be, some people thought already, I mean, last year that this would be one of the scariest teams in the West. And then OKC went on a tear. Now the question is, at the rate that the Spurs are going and at the rate that Wemby is excelling, are the Spurs one of the scariest teams in the West? And Joe, you started off with the brawl. So J-Mo, you gonna start with the West.
Wow, West.
I would say, yeah, I would say yes. They are the scariest. I think OKC is the best team in the West. But if you want to go by the definition of the scariest, I would say the Spurs. I mean, Wemby's the scariest player in the league. Wemby is crazy, and we had never seen Wemby in a playoff series. So, if Wemby, I believe that as good as Wemby looks now, he would look even better in the playoffs because the game slows down, becomes a half-court game, and the way he can impact the defensive side of the ball in the half-court is unheard of. Like he can legit switch 1 through 5 and successfully guard 1 through 5, like all together. Like some of the dudes that can switch 1 through 5, they can guard the threes. They can guard the 2s and the 1s, but not as good as they can guard the 3s. You know what I mean? Or they can guard the big men, but not as good as they can guard the guards. No, he can guard any position at an elite level. Like Wemby is, I think he's the scariest player in the league. So the Spurs, I do think they are the scariest team in the West. While I think OKC is the best team, because they have a nice team. Talking about, you just read it off. Castle, who I believe is a future max player. Dylan Harper, who is like that already. Keldon Johnson, who I believe should be 6th man of the year. Sam Penny, he's nice. Harrison Barnes, approved champion. You know, averaging double digits, shooting the 3-ball well. Like, they have a good team, and they have a young coach. See, this is what I like about young teams that get a young coach so they can grow together. You know what I mean? Don't go get no Doc Rivers and all these old coaches trying to bring this old style of play back on these young players and discipline and all that. Let the young players, the young coaches grow together. I think the Spurs are on their way, and they're a matchup problem for OKC. They are definitely a matchup problem for OKC. Now I don't know how I don't think like they would match up differently against other teams. But as far as the scariest, because we haven't seen this team in the playoffs yet, we just don't know. That's what's scary. People know how good OKC is.
Yep.
We don't know what the Spurs gonna look like. They could look like this, or they could be better. But I don't think they're gonna be worse when the playoffs start. So they have a nice team. Shout out to Carter Bryant, who's been coming into his own as well. So lately, I think they are the scariest team, but I do think OKC is still the best team.
Carl?
Yeah, man. Shout out Carter Bryant, man, U of A. I gotta agree with J-Mo because a lot in the playoffs, what do you do when the 3-ball's not falling? You have to attack the basket. But you see time and time again, when Wemby's on the floor, teams don't want to attack the basket because you can't get an angle for a layup against Wemby. It's tough to do. He's 7'4". He defends the paint at a ridiculous rate. So now when you need to get to the basket and Wemby's in the game, it becomes tough for you to score. Meanwhile, they got guys like Wemby that can score. Fox, who can get to the basket, who has playoff experience. Castle, who can get to the basket. Harper, who can get to the basket. Vasil, I don't know if he's out for the season. I don't think he is, but who can shoot the rock. Sam Penny, who can shoot the rock. Carter Bryant, who can shoot the rock and slash. So you got all these different options for when you can't shoot, as opposed to when you can't shoot. Options become very limited with Wemby on the floor. And not for nothing, I don't think Luke Cornett is a bad big to come off the bench when Wemby's off the floor. So I think they are one of the scariest teams in the West.
Another team that stole a pick from us, but I'm just saying. It's something about them. See, in the NBA, Texas teams are protected by the NBA. In the NFL, they just there for media purposes. Shout out to CJ Stroud becoming John Legend overnight.
Just one of them in the NFL.
That's
Texans be having to get it out the mud.
Well, CJ, I want to get my CJ Stroud joke off, but thanks a lot, HOA. Man, just came in. Pop the balloon on me, man. That's crazy, man.
Too much Draymond slander.
It's all good. He did it to himself. But I agree. And J-Mo, that's spot on. OKC is the best team. But the way Wemby and the Spurs have been playing, they are the scariest team in the West. And no matter how much you can see Ant go dunk on somebody, you look at this Spurs team this young core has been coming together. And this is another thing that gives me hope for my Wizards too. We don't have a Wemby, but we have an Alex Sarr, Timu Wemby. So I'm like, if you could just watch that foundation right there and see what we could become, that's it. And we got our own Champagne as well. We got his brother over there. So shout out to the GM for not getting rid of him.
Banged on Braun.
Man, old man. But I ain't gonna say what I got to say about Braun either. I'm gonna leave him alone. I don't want no Isaiah Stewart fines on R2L. So scariest team, and then Joe, go picking up Fox to add to that young core. That helps as well. And I forgot all about their coach. And when I was watching the game last night, I was like, oh, they do got a young coach. So this right there just is that little drop in the bucket because again, J-Mo, if you wasn't here, I would have said everything you was gonna say because I was definitely gonna clown Doc Rivers for being like, look what the Bucks messed up. But they kind of got lucky by going to get Cam Thomas because the Nets messed that all up. So having Cam over there getting buckets is helping the Bucks do something. But outside of that, Doc Rivers is gonna find a way to mess that up when they get into the playoffs. So we good on that number. But as far as back to the Spurs, this has been what the NBA has been waiting for the last 2 years. Once Wemby got drafted, they was like, all right, he's only going to get better. But again, to see, I don't want to call him, I would say this robot that the NBA has gotten, right? This creative player. I'm going to go there. This creative player that you can only see somebody do on 2K. They're like, all right, I'm going to make the tallest guy who can check everybody. He can shoot like KD or Steph. He can also get to the rim with 2 steps. Like, it's just crazy how easy the game comes to him and how he still finds ways to slow it down. So I think in the playoffs, that's when it's really going to get serious. But the matchup between them and OKC, if it does happen, I would like to see how OKC head coach and Chet are going to step up because, hey, Chet, this is your moment. You was bullying people. Now it was like, all right, what you going to do? Somebody going to call your bluff. So I think they are the West new nightmare.
He want all the smoke with Chet.
Man, he knew that.
He saw the odds go to Chet, defensive player of the year, and he turned up ever since. Now he took it back. But I'm agreeing for everybody. And like J-Mo said, OKC is the best team. When I think about scariest, I think about which team got the highest potential. Like, if they really figured it out, they can be like it's the Spurs, bro. Like the Spurs with Wemby. Wemby can his limits are unlimited because of his height. Like he can go to like what we see right now. If he gets to his full potential, he's probably half of what he could be right now. That's how good he could possibly be. And like J-Mo said in the 7 games, Carl said it perfect. In the 7-game series, the 3 balls, normally you might get hot for a game or 2. That happens. But there's a lot of times. OKC went through a lot last year. Go watch that Denver series. They went games going cold. That Denver series, it was like 82-84, 76-73. They were low-scoring games because the 3-ball wasn't falling, and you got to get to the rack. When Wemby's in the game, dudes be dribbling in the paint and just keep – you know, I'm going to try next time. They just keep going. They run through the paint because they know Wemby is right. His presence alone is a block shot. So that's that. And OKC, it's just like somebody said in the comments, a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup. Like Spurs are a bad matchup. They 3-1 them so far. You know, they got 1 win on the Spurs. And then the Spurs beat them in every situation you can think of. They beat them in OKC. They beat them at home, and they beat them in the game that mattered in the NCAA tournament. ISC tournament, they beat them. So, and the Spurs are only 3.5 games behind OKC, and this is what Wemby only playing 29 minutes a game. Y'all know in the playoffs he's gonna play more minutes. That's just how it's gonna go. There's gonna be games that's gonna be called that he gotta play 40+ minutes. And we don't really see that from Wemby. So that's that. Now, what you got to worry about with the Spurs is health, obviously, because Wemby, you know, with his height and all that stuff. And Mitch Johnson. You don't even miss the coach, Mitch Johnson. Rookie, it'll be his first year in the playoffs. You got to do adjustments and all that stuff. But he got Pop. Pop is on his shoulder. Pop gonna be talking to him, and he's still getting coached from Pop and all that stuff. So the Spurs have a great opportunity to win everything this year. And if they win this year, bro, it's over. As long as Wemby help, if they win this year and Wemby is going to keep his health ready, it's over for the NBA. Unless another Wemby comes out.
Yeah, I want to give Denver some love.
True.
But not as much as these other two teams because, and I think the main reason for this is that MPJ trade. Because this dude is not playing nowhere near as good as I thought he was going to be playing. Cam Johnson?
Yeah, bro.
He's averaging like 9 points, bro.
Yeah.
Peyton Watson playing better than him.
Yeah.
Peyton Watt, yeah. Shout out to P. Watt.
He grew this year a lot.
It's like I thought that trade was going to be better for Denver. I'm like, Cam Johnson's a better defender than MPJ. He can catch and shoot. Not as good probably, but he can catch and shoot. He plays better without the ball. Like, he'd be a better piece as far as a 5-man team. I'm thinking all of this stuff. And then the season start, MPJ averaging 25, 26. Yeah, and this dude ain't averaging double digits. And who can't average double digits with Jokic on the court, passing you the ball, all them open shots you getting. So I think that that's one of the key things that's holding Denver back. Also health. I think Jokic was hurt for a little while. He just came back. But yeah, the Spurs, scariest team. That is a key thing though. The young coach in a playoff series.
I will say, I'm looking at right now, Cam Johnson, he's shooting 43% from three. He does not shooting a lot. You know what I mean?
I'm
so
surprised at that number.
Yeah, me too. He's shooting 43% from three. But and Tim Howard's shooting 40%. So to be honest, y'all, I can see a situation where OKC, like the Spurs can beat them, but they could lose to the Spurs, they could lose to the Nuggets. I can see that situation. Matchup makes fights. And Jamal Murray. Yeah, Jokic and Jamal Murray's been healthy this year too. He's been balling, and I feel like these last few playoffs, Jamal Murray's been dealing with some type of injury, And with the championship pedigree, the Nuggets got we saw them against OKC, bro. Like they gave them a fight, and OKC was better to me. That was a better team, but the Nuggets got that championship pedigree, like the Warriors. It's gonna be harder to take them out because they are champions. So
yeah, as long as the Nuggets healthy, yeah.
And Jokic, man, I mean,
as long as they healthy, because remember, MPJ couldn't even raise his hands.
Yeah, his shoulder got hurt too.
And the one thing about Jokic playing is because the Spurs, what they do is they play Wemby and a bunch of guards, right? So like Wemby makes up for a lot of their mistakes, like he makes up for their size, basically. Bro, you're going against Jokic, he's gonna bring Wemby out the paint. And then you can't put nobody else on Joker. You can't, because he could just shoot right over them. But you put Wemby on Joker, you taking Wemby out the paint, back door. I'm saying, like, they probably a better matchup for the Spurs versus OKC.
If that becomes a problem, they could play him and Cornette together.
I was just about to say that too.
They can play him and Cornette together sometimes. Let him roam, let Cornette guard him.
Crazy. That's crazy.
And if he try to post up, let's switch. And if they want to go out there, you got them. Like, so they can do that here and there.
They got pieces.
That's why I said they're the scariest, bro. They the scariest.
Yeah, they might put Wemby on Peyton Watt. They always put Wemby on like the guy who's the least efficient shooter. That's what they usually do with Wemby. So, real.
Hey, you notice we talk more about the scariest teams in the East and the West than we did about this All-Star game. But hey, that lets you know.
I got nothing for you in the All-Star game.
We can quickly talk about it.
I mean, Embiid dropped 70 on me.
I mean, I was gonna bring it up, but we can do this right quick. Did y'all hear what Kevin Durant had to say about?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I didn't. I don't know what he said at all.
I think he did it on purpose, bro.
All right, so they basically asked him. I think it was about the effort in the All-Star game, and I say Devin. He must be talking about the Wizards somewhere. Kevin Durant said you should ask the Europeans and the world team if they're going to compete. Then he was talking about if you look at Luka and Joker, when they play in the All-Star game, he said these dudes are just shooting half-court shots. They laying on the floor. They not really giving effort, but yet you worried about the American players giving effort in the All-Star game.
I'm worried about all y'all.
Yeah, I'm worried about all y'all.
I think they're going to put effort this time.
It's been years of this, bro. Joe, shout out your boy Fox. I remember the interview Fox. He said, "It's a blessing to be here. I'm just trying to make it out of here healthy." What?
Yeah, when he said that, yeah.
Anthony Edwards was shooting with his left hand last year.
Yeah,
He was killing me, man. Fox, he disappointed me that year. His first All-Star game.
SGA don't play hard. Like they, like every it's a problem with everybody. It's a problem with everybody. And I think they lean more towards the American players because it started before the European players started becoming more prominent in the league. But I mean, what KD said is wrong, but I don't think it has anything to do with what we're complaining about.
No, I think what KD said is to spark. I think he's trying to spark them to play hard because I think he's going to come in this to play hard because Jamal Murray came out and said he's going to play hard. Wemby said he's going to play hard. There were multiple players that came out and said, I want to play hard this All-Star game. A lot of first-time guys. So I'm expecting a competitive All-Star game. I really am.
My man, Maxey going to go hard. That's my MVP. Maxey, my MVP.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's starting and he's gonna pull from the logo. I got Maxey.
I know K gonna play off, but when
you got the lineups right now.
I like it when they had the Kobe rule. I think it was the first year after Kobe passing.
That was competitive, bro.
Yeah, that was competitive.
Yeah,
Kyle Lowry out there taking 5 charges.
MB hit that boom on LeBron. Woo! I was like, and he started backing him like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, okay.
That All-Star game, they literally had offense and defensive substitutions at the end of the game.
That's why I hit Lil Carter with too at the R2 day.
Yeah, and that's when Giannis said whoever James Harden was checking, that's who he was going.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Don't talk about my teammates like that, Joe.
I mean, Lil Carter only had to post him like MB.
I'm just saying.
You know,
if the MVP wasn't here, the runner-ups are here. I like don't do that to my teammate.
I know Jay won't come
Man, then Chris hit the buzzer. We took that game more serious than they took the All-Star game.
Yeah.
That was a real tournament.
Chris was the perfect person to hit the game winner.
The fact that he didn't even know he hit the game winner is still funny to me.
Bro, you know my hand's still red from him slap, bro. It's still red. Why did he hit my hand, bro?
Bro, we ran back down court. I'm walking, bro. I'm like, bro, the game over. He looking at me like, yeah. I'm like, bro, the game over. Dave was like, we won.
Big O, y'all ain't smokers, bro. We was up and y'all came back and won. Y'all ain't
beat
smokers.
y'all twice though.
Y'all did, bro. Our team, bro, like
that's all I'm saying.
We play bad, man.
I got you, Joe. Big O, we smoked y'all.
Hey, I needed some water.
Look,
I got excuses.
Yeah, I ain't hit a shot, bro.
I was trash myself. I felt like I was just off that whole day.
Man, your whole team was off, Joe. You had some shooters that was missing. I was like, thank God.
I ain't hit a shot, but I ain't like the basketball either.
That joint was fun.
I said that before the first game, by the way.
Basketball was bad though.
That joint was fun.
I just felt off. Like I don't know. I'll be ready next time though. I've been putting in some work.
Man, I got Maxey MVP. I ain't winning 3. Stop playing.
Anthony, I got Dame winning.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah, Dame. Yeah.
Is Steph actually in it?
Steph in it? No.
Right? I saw somewhere that he was. I'm like, I'm about to say, I don't remember hearing about Steph. I got Dame though.
He wasn't the only tank out there. Hey, talking about he wasn't the only tank out there. Look, give me Colin Knuckle, I think is another sleeper pick though.
I like that.
He's a great set shooter.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
But he about to break the record, or did he already break it?
What, rookie threes or something?
No, he's going to. I don't think he broke it yet. He's going to. He was the fastest to 100. He's fastest to 100.
Okay, because the Keegan hit 200.
Oh, he's going. Yeah.
Ain't been the same since.
Yeah. Keegan averaged 20 though.
I do like the dunk contest. I like the participants in the dunk contest. Like they're a little better than usual.
I'm cool.
They got people that actually know in it.
I'm good on Jackson Hayes. I'm good.
I'm cool.
But they got Jackson Hayes.
Even they got a Spartan in there, and I'm cool on it. I'm cool.
But
it's Carter Bryant,
Jackson Hayes, Jace Richardson, and
from the Wizards, Keshawn Johnson, and him.
Yeah, Carter Bryant.
George.
Keshawn George is in the dunk contest?
I think so. Am I talking about? You looking it up?
I'm trying to.
Hey, tune in to college basketball Saturday night when the dunk contest come on.
Richardson. Keshawn Johnson from Miami. I'm tripping.
Oh, from Miami.
Oh, Keyshawn Johnson from San Diego.
Keyshawn Johnson from Miami.
Yeah, Keyshawn George.
Yeah.
Carter Bryant. Oh heck, nah.
No, I'm saying Keyshawn.
No, his
Carter
name
Bryant,
is Keyshawn.
Keyshawn, yeah.
Carter Bryant averaged 3.4 points. Jackson Hayes averaged 6.7. What?
That don't mean nothing. Zach LaVine was averaging like 5
Keyshawn
points.
averaged 3.1. And Jace Richardson averaged 5.1. But they want to see stars though in the dunk contest.
All right, cool. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, right? I actually watched a video early this morning. Did not know we were going to talk about the dunk contest. The guys that were stars that participated weren't stars when they participated. They became stars. Like Vince Carter. Vince Carter
was better than this.
Vince Carter was rookie of the year, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying he wasn't a Vince Carter like he was. It was his second year.
Yeah, but you knew he was going to be a star, though.
You predicted.
It's a difference, though. When Vince Carter, I didn't even want to talk about him. And that, whoa. Yeah,
but y'all are asking for bona fide stars.
And that's amazing. Come on,
No, we're not asking superstars. Like, if the superstars want to participate, then fine. But we just saying, like, they be getting G League players, bro, just for the dunk contest.
Zach LaVine, he wasn't a star, but we all knew.
No.
Listen, if you knew about Zach LaVine, if you knew about Zach LaVine, you knew he was a dunker. You knew that when he joined the dunk contest.
Yeah, but that's cool, right? But Zach LaVine, the narrative, I remember this vividly. After the dunk contest, I saw somebody tweet his stats and say back to life, back to reality with the song melody under Zach LaVine after he won the dunk contest. Like, Zach LaVine was a dunker, yes, but he wasn't a budding star. A lot of people didn't know who Zach LaVine was.
But he did it with Aaron Gordon. He did it with who was in it? It was
Andre Drummond. Wasn't Andre Drummond in that one?
But Andre Drummond
Will Barton, I think. Wasn't it Will Barton?
Was it Will?
Andre Drummond and Will Barton with the Nuggets.
Probably. But Will Barton was a well-known player. He wasn't a star, but Drummond was a star. Now it's just a bunch of nobodies every time.
No daggone star.
Drummond was an all-star, bro.
He made an all-star game multiple times, I think.
He's an all-star. He lead league in rebounding.
We're not saying. You thinking star like? We just saying like more popular. If more popular players were to do the dunk contest, it would be more interesting. And see, these players have too much pride, bro. They worrying about missing dunks and losing and getting embarrassed. Bro, don't nobody care if you make or miss. If Ja Morant go out there and do a tween and miss, it's like,
the hype was there.
You know what I mean? Like we just want to see. And I don't care what nobody say. LeBron ruined it unintentionally.
That's because he lied and said he was going to do it and never did it.
Exactly. He unintentionally ruined it. And then I do give D Wade some credit too for giving Aaron Gordon a 9 for that crazy dunk. I give D Wade some credit for that too. They saw D Wade give Aaron Gordon a 9.
D Wade and Shaq kind of screwed him over because he missed it once. Like it was
Shaq did the right thing. He upped it. After he gave a 9, they was making every dunk after that.
Shaq been saying that for years. You got to make your dunk on the first try if you want to get a 10.
You don't get a 10 for a miss?
Nah, man. Some of them joints, you got to be like, all right, I understand. I feel like it's an exception for every rule.
I feel Shaq, but once Shaq did it, he raised the standard. They were making every dunk after that.
That was the craziest dunk contest.
He ain't making the first try. He ain't making the first try. He was going crazy. But yeah. We getting this already.
I'm just glad the Wizard was able to redeem.
J-Mo, you caught it. NBA has fined the Utah Jazz $500,000 and the Indiana Pacers $100,000.
Why the Pacers get fined?
Related to management of their rosters.
Oh, is it because they sat out Nembhard and Siakam and them last night?
You called it. It found $500,000.
It's not enough, by the way. They're just
it's more than $100,000.
Yeah. It's a start, but you see what Mark Cuban did with that $600K.
That's Mark Cuban, though.
Yeah, facts.
All right, and this,
that's funny. The Pacers got fined. They actually won that game.
I got one more thing before we go, Joe. I know we gotta end it.
Yeah, go ahead.
If the Super Bowl is on February 14th next year, what is All-Star Weekend going to do?
Is it on the same time?
It's always around Valentine's Day. NBA All-Star Weekend is always around Valentine's Day.
It is, but they don't never collide. They usually do it after the trade deadline is usually the week of the Super Bowl, and it's always
they push the All-Star game back if they have to.
I was about to say,
I feel like the NFL.
They know they can't compete with.
I mean, shout out to podcast. Super Bowl is national holiday. Isn't that what you said?
Facts. I mean, I've been hearing about that since I was a kid. People want that push.
You don't know why you say like, you get to watch NBA Finals? No, you say Super Bowl. You do a Super Bowl party.
Yeah, people have been trying to push the Super Bowl.
Game 7 is the only way it'll be like that. Yeah.
Day after the Super Bowl should be an off day of work.
Oh, man, I mean,
I just heard. I was thinking about that before we started the show. I'm like, look at the NFL finding a way to take another day or weekend from the NBA.
That's on. I'm like, dang, like it's never this late. But you know how the NFL is, bro.
Hey man,
they taking days away from the collegiate football. So they
I remember you missed that. That was stupid. You want to raise that? These are future players.
So they definitely don't care about the NBA.
Oh, they don't care.
That's why NBA say, all right, y'all want to do that? Trade deadline the week before your Super Bowl. Ain't nobody want to talk about this game. And that's exactly what happened. Ain't nobody talk about it until the game. For real, think about it. Nobody talked about it until Sunday. Sunday happened. They were like, oh, yeah.
I feel like that was also because of the two teams that was in it. But
nah, bro.
It's a little bit
trade
of
deadline. Trade deadline is a big holiday.
Nah, I get that too. But like, imagine if it was like Patrick Mahomes versus
it would have been a battle.
The Eagles Part 3. Like that would have probably
been. When it was Eagles Part 2, everybody was mad. It said it's gonna be a boring Super Bowl.
But I'm saying no, that was before. That was before. Now you know that the Eagles blew them out the water. Mahomes. This is for it all for real because it's a tie 1-1.
Carl, I got you. I got
something better. If it was the Bills.
There you go. I was just about to say, if Josh Allen was in this Super Bowl, we would have never heard the end of it.
See, I tried to avoid my guy because I didn't want to be biased, and I tried to avoid that guy because I didn't want to talk about him. So that's why I
Bills versus you know who. It'll be a show.
Oh, see, I got to stop being unbiased. Joe just threw JD in there real quick.
We want to break the internet. If it was Bills versus Cowboys, there's nothing to talk about.
Break it.
No, for real though, you're right. You're right. It was Bills versus Cowboys.
They talked about George Pickens for like 9 days before and after the Super Bowl. I'm like, bruh, he playing in the Pro Bowl. Why are we talking about George Pickens
too? Smart,
crazy.
They can still lose them.
No, they can't. They
can if somebody matches that pick.
It's not a tender.
I think that's what it is. Ain't that the same thing?
No. Franchise said.
I could have swore if you trade, you gotta trade for whatever they put them on. Am I wrong?
No, it's not a tender.
No,
maybe I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah, you told me what Lamar was on.
Chill out.
And nobody signed it, by the way. But they crazy.
I'd have signed that so quick.
I know. My last words. Shout out to the whole R2 network. Shout out to the whole R2 family. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, especially not especially, but y'all wild boys in the comments. Crazy. Carl was flattered, by the way, by that comment.
No, I was not. I was literally about to say I was not.
Hey, I get you hip, J-Mo. But it was wild. But shout out to everybody on the show. My boy Tom Carr, my boy J-Mo. Commanders, we got a new coordinator. I listened to both my coordinators talk. I was excited when I heard Joe Witt. I remember Joe Witt was on the Commanders podcast, and after he talked, first move, man, I'll pay for you right now, man. I'll pay for you right now. And I was with him. And then watching this product, I'm like, dang, fools go. I can't buy the hype no more. So when I listened to Durante, who's from Capitol Heights, I'm like, dang, he sounds so humble. He came like, he sounded like I don't want to talk too much. I want to show y'all. He's been in different schemes, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta see it to believe it. But for some reason, David Blau called. I'm feeling a little confident about him, about David Blau.
I mean,
backup court. You said what?
He was coached under one of my goats, Jeff Braun.
You heard it here, for CCC. You heard it. I got confidence in him. One thing he said that I've been preaching about Cliff Kingsbury. He always in shotgun. We need to be on the center more. He said the first thing he said was, we're going to put him on the center more. When he said that, I said, you already won me over. You already won me over. Just that. Kings, I ain't got nothing to say about y'all. Keep tanking and do what y'all got to do. That's all
y'all not tanking? Well, now y'all kind of are.
Bro, you ain't see what we did?
That's what I said. Now y'all kind of are. Because at first y'all was playing y'all vets, so y'all was still losing. But now y'all kind of are. Yeah.
And lost. I forgot who we played. I think it was Indiana, but we sat down to Rosen, Levine.
Yeah, that's what I said. Now, y'all started Neek, y'all started Reynald.
And they the only team that's dumb for not taking.
No, we actually are taking.
Now they are. They are now.
Yeah, we the worst team in the league. We got a new GM. He on the stuff. I respect him.
Take it away, J-Mo.
Shout out to the whole R2L family, man. It was a blessing to be on the show. Always good to be here with the good bros to talk some sports. Shout out to my guy Maxie, man. first-time All-Star starter. Don't disrespect my man. He has made himself the face of the franchise. He left the organization no choice. So shout out to my man Maxie. Shout out to VJ. Will be a hopefully one day will be a top backcourt in the league. And shout out to Joel's knee surgeon. Shout out to my guy, because Joel's knees at first, tendonism. Now, my man looking sweet. Paul George playing better. Man, shout out to the knee surgeon, man. And yeah, man. See y'all next time on the show, man. Let's get it.
Hey, shout out to this comment. Appreciate you.
For real. Hey, J-Mo, you funny.
Appreciate you.
Nah, for real.
All the way from the Bronx.
Yes, sir.
From the boogie down. Let's get it.
From the Bronx. Let's get it.
Go ahead, Carl.
All right, as always, appreciate y'all for having me on the show. First of all, I would like to say shout out Murray State, who's trying to blow a 22-point lead halftime on my parlay right now. Lead. I can't believe this going on right now. But other than that, love the fact that we're 40-13 at the All-Star break, man. It's been a crazy 2 years. I remember when I first came in the chat, man, we was the laughing stock of the chat. Now I don't hear nothing from nobody in the chat no more. It's kind of crazy how that works. Michigan State, we got a big game tomorrow at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin is coming off of beating Illinois at their house. We're coming off of beating Illinois at our house. But we got to win this game to keep pace with Michigan in front of the Big Ten by like 2 games. I hate that. I think that they might win the Big Ten. But this is a big game for us to keep pace, like I said. Also, shout out Michael Brown, 45 points and a win against NC State Monday night. Shout out Kansas for getting it done, beating Arizona at home. No Darren Peterson, did not play in the game. Flu-like symptoms, and they still got the upset at Lawrence, Melvin Council. Floyd Badunga, if you've been in the chats, you know I've been talking about Floyd Badunga since November. I told y'all I love his game. He had a monster game against Arizona on Monday night. So, man, I was trying to tell people about Badunga. I told y'all I think he's a lotto pick. His motor is unbelievable. Definitely got to show him some love there. I don't think I got any more shout-outs other than the Ravens. I would love to see y'all go after Max Crosby. And then if we get Max Crosby, why not go after Jordan Tyson in the draft? That's all I got for y'all.
Before who next person goes, since Carl brought up college, I want to shout out Youngin from Villanova, Caden Lewis.
Oh,
from the DMV. Shorty doing his thing. Shout out to Youngin.
For sure. I agree with that 100%.
See how he can leave and go to Villanova. I'm about to follow right behind him. Don't say
no,
nothing.
You're not.
Shout out to our superstar members. Shout out to the superstar members. I won't let me leave, bro. I'm trapped. Worm, we gotta talk, man.
You signed that 360 deal.
Nah. I'm about to get out of here, man. This ain't 5 heartbeats.
You don't be like Worm and leaving your team do good.
Hey, if they do, then it ain't Wale, it's me. I'll say it.
Still got my Nike boots.
Man.
Hey, y'all got a good win last night, Tomo, against Iowa. That's a great win.
Shout out to Chavo. Shout out to Dimitri. Shout out to Big O. I'm not doing this with you.
I'm not even trolling. It was a great
win. I'm Chipotle-less, man. I ain't
had
a bowl.
Hey, you don't get no sympathy from me over there.
Exactly. So shout out to BWC Teddy. Shout out to the Corey's, FFC Coach Coombs, Chris, Giovanni, Donnell, RBO Vaughn, Taniqua, Dave, myself, and Joe. And shout out to you. Click that link, become a member today so you can understand these inside jokes. That's the chirps coming.
No,
Chirps is on the way.
Bruh. Somebody must have dropped something above me, bro.
The chirps is
I thought
on
it was
the
a gunshot
way.
at first. I was like, oh shit.
Chirps is on the way. That shell dropped.
That shell dropped.
Turtle
every time they play the Spartans.
Turtle shell.
They
For
drop that
anybody
shell
that's
and run
listening.
when they play Michigan State.
I'm definitely gonna put that up. Carl face is funny.
Dog, I'm like, bro. Then I realized it was my right ear, not my left ear.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
And shout out to
I'm
Keyshawn
right
George.
outside door.
Shout out to Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, and Alex Saw, NBA Rising Star Challenge. Rising Star team. They made it. So of course, when you got all 32 of your players, not even 32, we could say 32 because I looked at all the players that the Wizards run it since 2020. We had enough to fill about 8 teams, but when you got 3 players making it like that, man, hey, and they've been balling this year too. So shout out to them. And shout out to David Mulugeta. I just want to give you a shout out so that way George Pickens can sign back.
Shout out to Nas. They shoot it.
Nah,
Trying to
for
get on the
real.
good side. Trying to get on the good side.
For real. I ain't Jerry. I know your name. And we might need an agent. You see, you getting everybody paid.
He is, though. Shout out to him. Yeah. All right, that's all we have for y'all today. We'll see y'all Monday at the next episode. Enjoy the All-Star weekend. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.